Here are the Mod 15 Part 1 notes. This is page 4. So example 4, what is our Harvard research question? So let's slide back here for a minute and take a look at what we've got going on. We want to know, this is what we're looking at, if the students at Harvard University have a higher IQ than the general population. So that's what we're asking. So here's what our research question is going to look like. We're going to be very specific here. We want to know, is the mean IQ of Harvard students so I have got the parameter right here, number 1. We're talking about mean IQ, it's a mean. We've got the variable, it's the IQ, so there's a mean IQ. Our population here, Harvard students. The direction of comparison and who we are comparing to is what I have left. So is the mean IQ of Harvard students greater than the mean IQ of the general population? And it doesn't hurt to state what that is, so we know exactly what we are comparing to. I'm going to go back here. I've got the parameter, it's a mean. I've got the variable, it's the IQ. I've got the description of the population, those are our Harvard students. I have got the direction of comparison, greater than, and I have got the comparison group and parameter. So the general population, that parameter is 100. Okay. We need to propose a model. I don't know why I labeled that as 2, sorry. Okay. And that is our 2 hypotheses, our null hypothesis and our alternative hypothesis. Keep in mind, we always start with the null hypothesis. Null means nothing, so we're thinking no difference or status quo. So if somebody tells me something, that's going to be my status quo. Right? If students are telling me it takes 42 hours a week to complete the homework, that's the status quo, that's the null hypothesis we are using to compare against. So a couple of examples here, these are worked out for you, so I am not going to read through them. Notice I have the null hypothesis in words, and then what it looks like in mathematical symbols. And that goes back to really quickly how I wrote those out on page 2. Also the alternative hypothesis in words, I shortened it to alternate because otherwise the table was too wide. And then alternate hypothesis in mathematical symbols. Okay? So definitely double check to make sure that how it is written in our statement greater than matches how it is written in the symbols. Okay, so I have different here, different here.